Hey, Joy, you're slacking off on your duties as a wife again, aren't you? Answer me. Joy, I'm talking to you.
I'm sorry, Alana. I'm still at work right now. I've only stepped away for a moment to message you. I'll get back to you once I finish my shift, all right?
Oh, what nonsense. You acting all professional? That's hilarious. You're nothing but a middle school dropout working some low-end job. Do you really think you can fool anyone with this busy working woman act? It's so ridiculous that I can't help but cringe. Honestly, it's embarrassing even for me.
You do know what my job actually is, right?
Of course I do. You're a part-timer at that tiny pastry shop near the station, aren't you? Whenever I pass by, I can see you groveling and bowing to the customers. It's pathetic, really. You're like a doormat, all smiles and servitude. What a sight. You're always like this. Honestly, seeing you like that just makes me so grateful for my life. My family, in case you've forgotten, runs a company. We're not just some run-of-the-mill people. We're a family of CEOs, a real elite household. And of course, my husband fits right in. He's highly educated, extremely successful, and makes more money in a month than you probably do in a year. That's why I graciously married him, because he's worthy of our family's prestige. You, on the other hand, you should be honored we even let you in.
I'm sorry, Alana, I have to go. A customer just walked in. I'll speak with you later.
Hey, wait a minute. You're seriously ignoring me right now? How dare you? I haven't even told you what I want yet. Listen carefully. On your way home, pick up 2 things of bread, a large bottle of vinegar, soy sauce, and a bulk bag of onions. Got it? I was just about to tell you that before you rudely cut me off. You should be grateful, you know. Our family, this elite, successful family, was kind enough to take in a pathetic, fatherless girl from a single-mother household like you. You should be bending over backward to show your gratitude. You're practically living your dream by being a part of our family, so don't forget your place. As your superior, your sister-in-law, what I say is law. You hear me? You should act more like a maid. You're certainly dressed for the part. At the very least, make yourself useful for once. But since I'm feeling oh so generous today, I'll cut you some slack. I'll allow you to pick up the groceries on your way home from your little part-time gig. So be a good girl and make sure you buy everything I listed. Got it? I expect no excuses. Hey, Joy, can you give me a ride to the station?
Right now?
Yeah, I left my car at Cambridge Station last night after drinking at a group date. I need to go pick it up.
Wait, a group date?
Oh, don't get all worked up. I was out for a drive and got a sudden invitation. I had no choice but to leave my car there.
Alana, you're a married woman. What were you doing at a group date?
Oh, please, it was just to fill out the numbers. I told everyone there that I was married. It was perfectly innocent. No big deal. There's nothing scandalous about it. Oh, by the way, I want you to go pick up my car later.
Wait, you want me to go get your car?
Of course, you're the one with the driver's license, right? I mean, it's not like you have any other qualifications. You didn't even finish high school. I'm sure your precious little license is the only thing remotely useful about you. So you should at least put it to good use for once.
Excuse me? You keep harping on the fact that I didn't finish high school, but what exactly is so wrong with that?
It makes you the scum of society, obviously.
You sure had that answer ready fast.
Of course I did. It's called basic common sense. Your question was so stupid, it didn't even need thinking. Now quit stalling and just go get my car already.
Actually, that's not possible.
Huh? What do you mean it's not possible?
Well, I'm currently in Michigan.
Michigan? What the hell are you doing in Michigan?
I'm on a business trip.
Pfft, a business trip, you? You honestly expect me to believe that? You, a part-timer at some dingy pastry shop, going on a business trip? Your lies are so obvious, it's embarrassing. God, you're pathetic.
It's not a lie. We're opening a new store here, and I came to scout the location.
Oh, come on. Sure you did. You're so bad at lying, it's painful. A lowly part-timer like you being sent on an important business trip? There's no way. Even I know enough to call bullshit on that.
Actually, I'm not a part-timer.
Oh, really? Let me guess. You're a part-time employee, then. Big difference. It's all the same in the end. No matter what fancy title you give yourself, you're still a bottom feeder. Face it. You're just a pathetic dropout with a dead-end job trying to act like you're something special. Honestly, it's pitiful. Your sad little act is fooling no one. I don't care what you call yourself. Just get your ass back here and pick me up already. It's freezing this morning, you know. The cold air is making my fingers all stiff while I type this message. You seriously expect me to stand out here waiting? Come on.
Actually, since you're not working today, why don't you just ask your brother Dave to drive you instead? He's home, isn't he? I'll let him know you need a ride.
Wait, what?
I mean, you're not drinking this morning, right? So he should be perfectly capable of driving you. I'm sure he'd be more than willing to help out his dear sister.
Hold on, you're telling me to ask Dave, my brother, your husband, to be my chauffeur? Are you serious?
Is that a problem?
You've got to be kidding me. You want my elite, CEO level, high society brother to play driver for some washed up dropout like you? What is wrong with you? You have no shame. Do you honestly think you're in any position to tell my brother what to do?
Oh, is that really how you feel? Well, Alana, has Dave not mentioned anything to you?
Mentioned what?
About me, my background, my work. I'm pretty sure it was brought up the first time I met your family.
Oh, yeah. Of course I know all about you. You're the poor, pathetic daughter of a single mother. Some dropout who couldn't even afford to finish high school. You ended up working at some random pastry shop just to scrape by. Trust me, I remember your sob story perfectly. Don't think I'm going to fall for any of your grandiose lies now.
Well, you're not entirely wrong, I suppose. But maybe you should pay a little more attention to details next time. When Dave introduced me, he told you more than that, didn't he?
Oh, whatever. Stop being so nitpicky. The details don't matter. You're still just a dropout loser at the end of the day. God, the way you obsess over irrelevant things is so typical of people like you. Clinging to useless little facts, thinking it makes you sound smarter. Honestly, it's pathetic.
I see. So you weren't listening at all. I should have known.
Why would I? It's not like anything about you is remotely interesting. I tuned out the moment you started talking.
I see. Well, since clearly you don't care, there's no point in explaining it again. It'd be a waste of breath.
Exactly. Find something we agree on. You're finally catching on. So be a good little bottom feeder and come pick me up already. I'm done waiting.
I'm afraid that's not going to happen. As I said, I'm actually in Michigan. If you don't want to ask Dave to drive you, I guess you'll just have to figure something out yourself.
Wait, Joy?
I'm sorry, Alana, but I need to check out of my hotel soon. I have no more time to waste on this. Goodbye.
Hey, Joy, you really are a piece of work, aren't you? I should have known. It makes sense considering you're just a middle school dropout. Pathetic. A low-class, poor woman like you is bound to be this trashy.
Alana? What are you talking about?
You were cheating, weren't you?
What?
You said you were in Michigan. But I know you were at a cafe in Ohio with some man.
Oh. Wait, do you mean this afternoon?
Oh, you're admitting it so easily. I'm almost impressed by your nerve.
I'm just confirming the details, that's all.
That's as good as a confession. So, what was he? Some rich guy, I bet? Oh, I get it. You're aiming for someone with money. How much did you squeeze out of him, huh? I bet you've been having a dirty little affair all along, cashing in on him behind my brother's back. You really are a lowlife, Joy. Utterly shameless.
Actually, the man I was with is the manager of that cafe.
What?
I was in Michigan until this morning. I took an early flight to Ohio and went straight to that cafe. I was meeting with the manager to discuss a new menu exclusive to our Ohio store that we're planning to introduce soon.
What are you even talking about? A mere part-timer like you negotiating with a manager? You expect me to believe that nonsense? You've been spouting nothing but obvious lies lately. It's honestly getting pathetic.
Alana, I think it's about time you let go of this ridiculous idea that I'm some poor, uneducated nobody just because I grew up in a single-parent household.
Oh, please, I'm only stating the facts. You're a dropout, raised by a single mother, dirt poor. There's no shame in calling it what it is. But you're trying to use these made-up work meetings to cover up your infidelity. It won't work. I'm going to report all of this to Dave. Oh, I can't wait. Finally, we'll be rid of you. No more connection to some lowly, classless woman with no background and no future.
You know, the fact that you immediately jumped to such a crude conclusion simply because you saw me with a man actually speaks volumes about your character. Honestly, Alana, it's vulgar. You're vulgar.
What? Oh, You've got some nerve talking back to me like that. Is that defiance I'm hearing? What, are you feeling bold now that you've been caught? Let me remind you of something. A cheap, tasteless woman like you has no place in a family as prestigious as ours. You probably only married Dave for his money in the first place. But guess what? After I tell him about this, you'll be facing a hefty alimony claim. And with your pathetic little paycheck, you'll be drowning in debt for the rest of your life.
I see this is getting out of hand. I suppose I have no choice but to set the record straight before your delusions cause unnecessary trouble. I'll explain my background again, clearly this time.
Oh, spare me. I don't care about your sob story. Let me sum it up for you. Single mom, drop out, poor. There, all explained in 3 words.
Actually, my annual income is $300,000.
What?
I was planning on finishing high school, you know. But my father, who was supposed to take over my grandfather's pastry shop, passed away when I was in 8th grade. My grandfather was already elderly, and with no one else to continue the business, I had to make a decision. So after graduating from middle school, I began apprenticing under my grandfather full-time as a pâtissier. I wanted to master the craft as quickly as possible and preserve the flavors that had been in my family for generations. 3 years ago, I officially took over the business.
Wait, what?
By the time I inherited it, my grandfather had already expanded the business into a chain with multiple stores and cafes across the major cities in Honshu. Recently, we launched a project to open our first store in Michigan, specifically in Detroit. That's why I was in Michigan. I was overseeing the launch. Oh, and we've also partnered with a major confectionery brand on a collaboration project. Thanks to my incredible staff and my mother's support on the management side, the business is thriving. We're doing quite well, financially and otherwise.
No way. You're lying. You? You're saying that some dropout from a single-parent home is actually... No, that's impossible.
Actually, stories like mine are pretty common if you care to look around. You might want to reconsider your shallow assumptions about people with different backgrounds.
Shut up. Don't act all high and mighty. You're still nothing but a working-class peasant. You're beneath me.
Funny, coming from someone who's never worked a day in her life.
No matter what you say, you're still a dropout. That's a fact.
About that, I'm actually enrolled in an online high school program. I'll be graduating next year, which will make me a high school graduate.
What? You're just trying to change the subject. You're desperate. Trying to distract me from your cheating with all this nonsense. It's not going to work. It won't work.
Is that so? Well, in that case, let me ask you something, Alana. What exactly are you doing in Ohio?
What? Oh, I'm just traveling. A little vacation, that's all.
Oh, really? And who, might I ask, are you traveling with?
Well, a college friend. Yeah, just a girl from university.
Funny. That person you were with didn't really look like a woman.
What do you mean?
Oh, you know, just this.
What? You saw me? You're following me?
No, not exactly. But just as you happened to see me at the cafe, I happened to see you with this man. Oh, and I took more than just this one photo. There are plenty of intimate ones. You know, the kind couples take. The kind that leave no room for doubt.
No, you didn't.
I was so shocked by what I saw that I instinctively took photos. And yes, it definitely looks like cheating to me.
Please delete them right now.
Oh, no point in that.
What? Why?
Because I've already sent them to Dave.
No.
Oh, and by the way, this man? Turns out he's one of Dave's subordinates. Small world, huh? You know, I once heard that people who cheat are often the first to suspect their partners of doing the same. I guess that was true after all.
Wait, Joy, please, let's talk about this.
I'd love to, but my flight's about to board. Goodbye, Alana. The woman I saw that day in Ohio was apparently on what could only be described as a cheating vacation. It seemed she had planned it as a quick getaway, but little did I know, it would be the beginning of a complete unraveling of her life. As a result of her actions, my sister-in-law ended up being at fault, and the marriage quickly ended in divorce. On top of that, she was hit with a request for alimony. Not only that, but the man she had been seeing was also married, and his wife, understandably, demanded alimony as well. When everything was settled, the total amount of money she was ordered to pay came to a staggering $60,000. Now my sister-in-law, who always had this air of superiority and liked to boast about coming from a celebrity family, was completely convinced that her parents would cover the entire alimony sum. She was confident, even smug, walking around with a sense of entitlement, as if money would simply fall into her lap. She believed that with her family's status, she could get out of anything without facing any real consequences. But, as we all know, reality doesn't work that way. Instead of the expected handout from her parents, she was told in no uncertain terms, "You will pay the full amount yourself and reflect on your actions." There was no comfort, no bailout, no easy way out of this. She had to face the music, and it was a hard pill to swallow. This only seemed to drive her into more of a tantrum in what could only be described as childish arrogance. She stormed around and demanded, "How dare someone like me with just a middle school education have to pay such a huge amount? Give me all your money." She went so far as to stand outside my house, glaring and ranting, crossing her arms and essentially challenging the world. She acted as though she was some kind of victim when, in reality, she had brought all of this on herself. It was almost laughable. I couldn't help but think, who does she think she is, standing there like some sort of thief, demanding money from everyone else, expecting people to just hand things over without consequence? It was almost as though she thought that because of her family's wealth, the world owed her something, and that the rules didn't apply to her. Naturally, I couldn't stand by and watch as she played the victim. I called her parents and reported what had happened. To their credit, they didn't hesitate. They acted fast, taking immediate steps to deal with the situation. Within a short time, they arranged for her to be sent off to one of their overseas factories. The next thing I knew, I was hearing that she had been sent away, far from the drama she had caused. From what I heard, the work at the factory wasn't exactly glamorous. It seemed like a pretty harsh reality check for someone who had spent her life riding on the coattails of her family's success. It wasn't just about sending her away, it was about forcing her to take responsibility for her own actions and make a living on her own, without relying on her family's money or connections. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, big sis. Bet you didn't expect to hear from me after, what, a decade? Still mad I stole your boyfriend?
Wow, 10 years of silence, and this is how you decide to break it? I'd say I'm surprised, but honestly, you always did have a flair for being trashy.
Aw, come on, don't be so bitter. It's not my fault he liked me better. Let's be real, he was barely even into you. You were more like a warm-up act.
And you were the act nobody asked for. You were a distraction, a joke, and clearly you still are.
Harsh, but not inaccurate. Honestly, it was kind of hilarious. You spent all that time swooning over him, and all I had to do was smile. He fell into my lap like a sad little puppy.
And you kicked your own sister in the face to keep him. Classy. But then again, you never did like seeing me happy, did you?
Don't be ridiculous. You were never happy. You always had that mopey, nobody understands me energy. Like, relax, life isn't a soap opera.
Says the girl who turned her sister's love life into a reality show. You didn't just take my boyfriend, Layla. You bragged about it. You flaunted it like some kind of prize.
Because it was a prize. I mean, let's face it, you were always the boring one. He wanted fun. He wanted someone who knew how to live a little. Sorry, that wasn't you.
You mean someone who knew how to lie, cheat, and tear apart their own family? You should have gone into demolition. You're really good at destroying things.
Jealousy is such a bad color on you, sis. But don't worry, I wore your shade way better. And honestly, you should have thanked me. I saved you from marrying a guy who clearly didn't love you. You're welcome.
I would have taken heartbreak over betrayal from my own sister any day. You didn't just steal him, Layla. You burned a bridge and danced into the ashes.
Oh, come on, Rach. You always make everything so dramatic. It wasn't some massive betrayal. It was just life. Things happen. People fall out of love. People fall into bed.
Wow, that's your version of life? Lying, sneaking, throwing your sister under a bus with a smile on your face? You always had a twisted definition of normal.
I mean, I'm not the one who got kicked out of the house. You were the one who packed up your bags and stormed off like some tragic heroine. Our parents gave you the choice, right? Forgive me and move on, or move out. And you chose to move out.
You're right, it was my choice. And I'd make it again in a heartbeat. Living under the same roof as you was like breathing secondhand poison.
Mom and Dad gave you that ultimatum because they were tired of your tantrums. You made it so hard to live with you. I mean, I stayed. I moved on. You're the one who ran away.
Of course you stayed. You won. You had my boyfriend, my room, and Mom's fake sympathy. I walked away so I wouldn't become like you.
Funny, I always thought you already were. All that rage, that bitterness, I swear you were born with clenched fists.
And you were born without a conscience, not even a flicker of remorse. Do you enjoy this? Is this what makes your day?
Honestly, a little. You should have seen your face back then, red, puffy, like a cartoon. I wish I had taken a picture.
And I wish I had punched yours. But I guess some things are better left to karma.
Yikes! Is this where you try to sound deep? Or are you still pretending you're the noble sister while I'm the villain?
Oh no, you are the villain. I just stopped playing your victim. 10 years too late, but hey, better late than never.
Wow, you really haven't changed, have you? Still bitter, still dramatic, still clinging to that poor me narrative. You should have let it go years ago.
Let it go? You mean the time you sabotaged my relationship and got rewarded for it? Sorry, Layla, not everyone can just toss morals out the window and sleep like a baby.
Morals are overrated. All they ever did was make you lonely and miserable. Meanwhile, I had a blast, and I didn't lose a wink of sleep.
That's the saddest flex I have ever heard. I feel no guilt isn't a brag, Layla. It's a diagnosis.
Oh, please, you were always so self-righteous. Like the world owed you for being the good daughter. But in the end, it didn't matter. I still got everything you wanted.
No, you got everything I had. But that's not the same thing. You don't build, you take, and when it falls apart, you move on to the next shiny thing.
And you just sit there in your bitterness like it's a throne. You sound so high and mighty, but I know the truth. You were never happy, even before I came along.
And you were never kind, even when we were kids. You broke my things, copied my outfits, flirted with every guy I liked. You didn't change overnight. You were always this person.
Aw, someone's still keeping receipts. You must be fun at reunions.
We wouldn't know. You stopped showing your face after you pulled your little stunt. Or maybe you just couldn't handle being in the same room as the person you stabbed in the back.
Nah, I just didn't want to deal with your angry glares and awkward energy. Like, seriously, it was so tense. And I was just trying to enjoy the holidays. Anyway, I didn't text you just to stroll down memory lane. I've got something way more interesting to talk about. Something about your husband.
Don't even start. What could you possibly have to say about Hank?
Oh, don't act surprised. Like you didn't see this coming. I mean, history does have a funny way of repeating itself.
Layla, I'm warning you. Whatever lie you're about to spew, you can keep it.
Not a lie, a fun little update. I'm dating Hank. And guess what? He's going to leave you. For me.
What did you just say?
I said he's leaving you. For me. He told me all about how unhappy he's been, how he's been faking it for the kids, and now he's finally ready to be with someone who makes him feel alive.
You lying, manipulative little snake. You're doing this again? I have 3 children, 3 innocent kids who love him, who love us.
Yeah, well, kids are resilient. They'll bounce back or whatever. Besides, I'll be a way better stepmom than you ever were a wife.
Don't you dare reduce my life to a joke. I built a family, a home, and you just slithered in like a virus and infected it all over again.
Oh my God, you're so dramatic. No wonder he wants out. You're like a walking cloud of misery.
And you're like a tornado of destruction. You think this is funny? You think this is empowering? All you've done is prove, once again, that you're incapable of love unless it comes at someone else's expense.
Oh, please, don't give me that tired I am the victim speech again. It's boring, Rachel, it really is. You act like you're some tragic martyr, but newsflash, you're just a bitter has-been clinging to a man who doesn't want you.
You think Hank doesn't want me? That man changed diapers at 3 a.m. without complaining. He sat by my side when I had surgery. He built a treehouse for the kids with his bare hands. If you really believe he's leaving all of that for you, you're more deluded than I thought.
Deluded? He already told me he's hiring a lawyer. I'll be walking down the aisle before you even see the papers. We're already talking honeymoon destinations. I'm thinking Greece or maybe Paris.
And what are the kids supposed to do while you play newlywed?
cry themselves to sleep wondering why Daddy left? You are sick. Hey, don't be mad at me just because I've got better hair and better timing. Maybe if you'd put more effort into yourself, you wouldn't have lost him. You really think this is about effort? You swoop in like a parasite and think you're desirable because you know how to pose for a selfie? You don't love him, you just want him because he's mine. You're still so obsessed with ownership. Mine, 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 that's all you ever say. You never learned how to share. He's not a toy, Layla. He's a father, a husband, or he was. I don't know what you did or what lies you fed him, but I am not letting this go. I'm not going to let you win. Oh, trust me, I know you won't let it go. The trauma you're experiencing right now, you're going to take it to your grave. And as for letting me win,
Hey, babe, just checking in. Everything going according to plan?
like clockwork, she just finished gloating about how she won you. Honestly, it was pathetic.
Beautiful. That's what I like to hear. I swear she really thinks I'm packing my bags and planning a honeymoon.
Oh, she was practically drooling. She's already writing her name next to yours on Pinterest boards.
That woman couldn't spot a red flag if it slapped her across the face. The moment I told her I was unhappy in my marriage, she practically jumped into my lap.
You didn't even have to try, did you? One sad face and she was all yours. That's Layla for you, so desperate to prove she can take what's mine.
Exactly. All ego, no sense. She's been bragging all week about how you're done for, like she hasn't already nuked your life once.
Yeah, well, now she thinks she's nuking it again. Meanwhile, the real damage is all hers.
I can't believe she fell for the fake divorce story. That forged email from the lawyer, priceless.
And that was all you. Your sad voice is award-worthy. Rachel doesn't make me feel alive anymore. I almost choked reading it.
You did choke on your tea. I saw you. It was adorable, by the way.
You're ridiculous, but I love you.
Love you too, mastermind. I still think it's poetic how we used her own game against her. Pretend to fall for her, just like she pretended to love your ex.
The difference is, this time, she won't have mom and dad swooping in to defend her. She's got no backup, just her delusions.
Did she bring them up? Your parents?
Oh yeah, said they were tired of my tantrums. Said I was the problem. Like they didn't literally hand me a knife and tell me to hug it out.
Disgusting. They don't even deserve to know what we're about to do. This ending, it's for you.
For us. After all these years, I finally get to take back a piece of what they stole from me.
You know, I don't regret a single second of this. The lies, the setup, the fake dates, the photos we let her catch us taking, it was all worth it.
You were brilliant. She never saw it coming. She thought she had you wrapped around her finger.
She actually believes I'm filing for divorce next week. She's already trying to pick out rings.
That's almost sad. Almost.
So, you're ready to move to the final stage? We've set the board. She took every bait.
Well, you are going to die when you hear this. I mean, you've already lost your man, your dignity, and probably your sanity. But now it's just the chef's kiss. Oh, fantastic. What now? Going to tell me how much better your life is since stealing mine? Again? Aw, someone's still bitter. So cute. But if I must share, Hank bought me a house. Not just any house, Rach. A lakeside estate, massive yard, sunroom, private dock. It's literally straight out of a dream. He bought you a house? You've got to be kidding me. You should see the bathroom. It's got a chandelier over the tub. Like, what even is my life right now? And before you ask, yes, my name is on all the paperwork, first and last, front and center.
Unbelievable. I can't even.
Oh, and that's not all. He got me a car, a luxury car, the kind with the doors that open up like wings. I can't even pronounce the name of it, but it's European and it purrs just like a jungle cat. All mine.
You can't be serious. He's spending that kind of money on you? How?
He took out a loan, a big one, but he said it was worth it for me, for us. He just had me sign a few things too, title stuff, whatever. So everything is under my name now. He said he doesn't want to tie me to his debt. Oh, isn't that sweet?
Wow, I honestly don't know what to say. This is insane.
You're jealous. I can feel it. It's okay, sis. I'd be jealous too if I were watching my life get handed to somebody who actually deserved it. So, how are your kids? Still crying about daddy leaving? Must be rough explaining to them that mommy just wasn't good enough. Oh, and before I forget, guess where we're going next month? Around the world. Hank booked us an international tour, multiple countries, first-class flights, all expenses paid. It's just gonna be me, mom, and dad having the times of our lives. He said he wanted to make up for the way they treated me like a princess all these years. Isn't he just the dreamiest?
You're joking. A trip for you and our parents on Hank's dime? How is he even affording this?
Loans, duh. You think I date broke men? He said it's just money and he'll pay it all off soon enough. He doesn't want me to stress over anything. He just wants me to enjoy the ride. And I am, every second.
Of course you are. I'm sure you are. This is all just a lot to take in. A lakeside mansion, a luxury car, a world tour, while I sit here alone.
Oh no, are the tears coming? Should I grab a tissue? You poor thing. Maybe if you were just a little more fun, none of this would have happened. But hey, your loss, my everything.
You really are something else. All this time I thought maybe you were just clueless, but no, you're exactly the monster I remembered.
Aw, that almost sounded like a compliment. Are you crying yet? Is this the part where you crumble?
No, actually, this is the part where I laugh.
Excuse me, did you just say laugh? Oh my god, did I actually break you? Have you finally snapped? Oh my god. Seriously, what is wrong with you? You sound like a lunatic. Are you laughing through the breakdown or... Oh, Layla, sweet, oblivious Layla. I'm laughing because this is even better than I imagined. In fact, I want you to go grab the papers Hank had you sign. Go on. Pull them out, right now. What? Why? I already told you, they're just boring forms, titles and stuff. Humor me, just do it. And once you've got them in front of you, flip to the very last page. Now read the very last line, out loud. You're insane, but fine, whatever, hold on. Okay, got them. Last page, bottom line, it says, gotcha. What the hell? Bingo. Look again. Whose name is on the documents? Who signed? Who's listed as the buyer and the loan recipient? Hold on. Wait, where's Hank's name? Why isn't he listed anywhere? Oh, Layla, you really thought he was putting all this in your name to protect you? That he was so in love with you he'd just gift you a mansion, a car, a global vacation? Well, you're half right. What do you mean, half right? I mean, you do own all of it. But you're also responsible for every cent of it. Surprise, Layla, you just signed yourself into a mountain of debt. And Hank, he was never yours. No. Oh, this is a joke. This is some kind of messed up joke. You're lying. Hank wouldn't do that to me. Oh, but he would. And he did. Every smile, every gift, every romantic moment was just part of our plan. You're insane. Why would anyone go through all that trouble? Let's see, you wrecked my life, destroyed my relationship, got mom and dad to kick me out. I'd say you earned it. I still don't believe you. Hank loves me. Then maybe he should have signed those forms, but he didn't. Because we wanted it all in your name. The house, a condemned wreck with a lake full of industrial sludge. The car, modified so illegally, it's not street legal anywhere. You can't sell it, can't drive it. What? No, that's not.
And the world trip, we mapped it out for maximum disaster. Active war zones, quarantined countries, corrupt dictatorships. Enjoy explaining that to Border Patrol.
You ruined me. My life is over.
Oh, and before I forget, remember how Hank said he invited Mom and Dad on the trip? He had them sign a little something, too. A little something that made them guarantors. Now they're just as responsible for paying it back as you are. They thought since he was going to pay for it all, what's so bad about being a guarantor? And let me tell you, Layla, they're going to find out.
No. They'll never forgive me.
I know. That's kind of the point.
You monster! This is going to destroy me. You're going to ruin my entire life.
Yeah, that was the plan.
I won't let you get away with this. I won't let you win.
Sweet, sweet revenge. After that little meltdown, Layla and our parents scrambled to undo the loan. They went to 6 different lawyers, and every single one of them told them the exact same thing. The contract was airtight, no loopholes, no mercy. That's one of the perks of being married to a lawyer. So now, they're stuck with it. They made Layla take on 3 part-time jobs to help them slowly chip away at the mountain of debt Hank and I wrapped in a bow and handed to her. If they're lucky, they might have it paid off by the time Layla hits retirement age. As for me and Hank, we're doing great, thinking about taking a little trip around the world ourselves. First class, naturally. No war zones, though. Just peace, laughter, and the sound of Layla's life crumbling from a safe distance.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Deborah, there's something I need to talk to you about. Is now a good time?
Oh, Lane. What is it? What's on your mind?
Well, actually, I'm pregnant.
Oh, really? Pregnant, huh?
Yes. I haven't been feeling well lately. I missed my period, so I went to the doctor today, and that's when I found out.
I see. You seem calm about it.
Well, I wasn't sure what to expect, but I felt like I needed to tell you, especially since Dan told me I should talk to you. He said it was important, and I agreed.
You're right to tell me. I may not be the most eager to hear about your life, but I understand the importance of family, so go ahead. What else do you want to say?
You don't seem particularly interested in my pregnancy.
Well, Dan did tell me to talk to you, so here I am. To be honest, I don't have much to say. It's not that I don't care, but I'm more focused on other things right now.
Okay. Well, I guess that makes sense. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know about it. It wasn't planned, but here we are.
I understand. It's a lot to handle, especially when it's unexpected. But you're an adult, and I'm sure you'll figure things out. I'm more interested in how you're feeling. Are you okay?
I think I'll be okay, but I feel overwhelmed. This news came out of nowhere, and you know how I've been feeling lately. It's been a lot to process.
I can't say I fully understand, but I suppose I can relate by some extent. Life can throw unexpected things our way, but we all just have to deal with it in our own way. But I'm sure this won't be easy.
Yeah, I'm sure it won't be, but I'm doing my best to take it in stride.
Well, Lane, I've been thinking about children a lot lately, too.
Children? What about them?
You know, Amy had her baby not too long ago. I'm sure you've heard about it.
Of course I've heard about it. What does that have to do with me? Are you trying to draw some kind of connection?
Lane, I've been thinking a lot about how I want to treat my grandchildren. You see, I want to be fair and I want to love them equally. All my grandchildren should feel the same amount of love and attention.
I understand that, but I'm not sure how that relates to my pregnancy. Are you implying something?
I'm sure you'll understand once I explain. You see, I want to be able to spoil my first grandchild, Amy's daughter, for a while. She's the first one, and I feel like I should shower her with all my love and care.
That's fine. I understand that you want to enjoy the time with her, but what does that have to do with my pregnancy? Why does that even matter right now?
Lane, if you have another child right away, things will be different.
And I don't want that. I don't want to have to split my attention between two children of the same age. I want my first grandchild to feel special. If another child comes along now, it will complicate things. Why does that have to complicate things? Each child should be loved equally, regardless of age or birth order. Why are you putting these kinds of limits on it? I've told you how I feel. I know it's not easy to understand, but that's just how it is. If another baby is born too soon, it'll feel like a competition, and I don't want that for any of my grandchildren. It wouldn't be fair. But that doesn't make sense. You can love two children the same way. It doesn't have to be about competition. Each one can have their place in the family. You just don't get it. It's not that simple. I know myself well enough to know that if another child is born too soon, I won't be able to help favoring the first one. It's human nature. Maybe it's human nature for you, but it doesn't have to be. You can control that. You can choose not to favor one child over another. I'm telling you I can't. It would just happen naturally, whether I want it to or not. You see, when the first child gets all the attention, it's hard not to spoil them. And if a second child arrives too soon, I'm afraid they'll be left out. It's just how things work out. I don't know if I believe that. You're making it sound like it's inevitable that one child will be treated better than the other, but I don't think that has to be the case. You really are stubborn, aren't you? Fine, let me make it clearer for you. I want to wait until Amy's daughter is older before we have another grandchild. This way there won't be any conflicts or hard feelings between the two. I'm still not sure I understand why you feel that way. But, okay, I'll listen. If you want to wait, then we can talk about it. But why is it so important for you that I give up on having this baby? Because if you have a baby now, it will ruin everything. I want to be able to spoil my first grandchild without feeling guilty, and I won't be able to do that if you have another child right away. It's just how it is. I know it's not what you want to hear, but it's the truth. This isn't just about you, Deborah. You're asking me to give up on something that's already happening. You can't just expect me to throw it all away because of your preferences. Well, you should. You need to think about the bigger picture here. Your child is still young, and it's not too late to change your mind. I'm asking you to wait, and I think you should. No, Deborah, I'm not going to give up on my child. This is a life we're talking about. You can't just tell me to forget about it. I won't do that. You really don't understand, do you? Fine, if you won't listen, then maybe you should just leave Dan. If you're not going to follow my advice, then there's nothing else to talk about. You want me to leave my husband? Because of this? I can't believe what I'm hearing. This isn't just about me. This is about a life that I'm carrying. And you want me to give that up for your convenience? Yes, because you're being unreasonable. You're putting your own feelings above the good of the family. If you cared about the family, you would listen to me. Well, I care about my family too. But I won't let anyone tell me what to do with my life, especially not when it comes to my child. This is my decision, and I won't be swayed by anyone, not even you. Then go ahead and make your choice. But don't expect me to support you when you choose a path that hurts the family. Fine. If that's how it is, then I'll talk to Dan. Goodbye, Deborah. Lane, it's been a long time, hasn't it? Has it really been 5 years? Oh, time has passed so quickly. But now I need to speak with you about something important. Who is this? Huh? Oh, that's a rather rude way to start a conversation, don't you think? After 5 years of silence and no contact from you, suddenly you call me out of the blue to say you have something to talk about? At first, I honestly didn't even recognize your voice. So, what is it that you want now? Well, let's start with the basics. You've had your child, right? Was it a boy or girl? Why are you asking about this now? Isn't this the very child that caused our divorce in the first place? Yes, I admit that I said some things that were harsh back then, but despite the circumstances, that child is still Dan's flesh and blood. Nothing changes that fact, no matter what. Well, it's not as simple as you're making it sound. It's a boy, by the way. Oh, a boy, huh? I'm sure he's adorable. Probably takes after Shinji, right? He must be a real cutie. Why are you bringing this up now? The reason I'm bringing it up is that Dan remarried 3 years ago. The woman he married comes from a good family, very well off, and I'm sure you would agree that she's more suited to him than you ever were. Is that so?
Yes, and the thing is, she's been unable to have children of her own. She's infertile, and no matter how hard they tried, they couldn't have a baby.
I see.
So here's the thing. She's interested in adopting your son, all right? She wants him to come live with them, and of course we'd be willing to compensate you for it.
No, absolutely not.
What? You're really not even going to consider it?
There's nothing to consider. Why on earth would I let you take my son?
But Lane, your son is still Dan's biological child. He belongs in a proper home, a stable home. Instead of raising him alone, don't you think it's better that he grows up in a family that can provide for him properly?
My son's happiness is the most important thing to me, and I know what's best for him. That means he stays with me, no matter what you think.
Lane, I really don't understand why you can't see this. Why can't you see that this is for his own good?
Because I know you, and I know what you've done before. I can't trust you to raise my son, especially after everything that happened with my pregnancy. You're not the kind of people I want my son to be with.
You know, I've always thought that people could love a child just as much after they were born, no matter what happened before. I love Shinji, and I'd love your son just as much if he were to come live with us. We would give him all the love he needs, just as we did for Amy's kid.
Your reasoning doesn't make sense, and I can't understand why you think it's okay to take my son from me, especially when you already have a grandchild in the picture. Why do you need my son as well? Isn't that just too much?
Well, about that, there's something you should know. Amy's ex-husband took their child and disappeared. It seems men can be pretty unreliable, don't you think?
Oh, that's terrible, but it's really none of my business.
You should be careful, Lane. Don't push me too far. You don't want to see me angry.
What's the matter? I don't want anything to do with you, and I am certainly not going to give you my son. You should know why after everything that's happened between us.
Stop dragging this on and just hand over the child. If you keep arguing, I'll have to take more drastic measures.
Oh, really? And what kind of drastic measures are you talking about? Because let me tell you something. There's one thing I need to set straight here. What's that? I'm remarried, and I'm not single anymore. My new husband treats my son as if he were his own flesh and blood. That's another reason why I can't just give my son to you.
So what? Who you've married doesn't concern me one bit.
Well, what if my new husband is Dan's direct superior at work?
What?
Yes, I only found out after we got married, but it turns out he's been dealing with some issues at work. There's a subordinate who's been causing trouble, making excuses about his mother and acting out. It's been a bit of a problem.
No way. Oh, that can't be true.
If things keep going like this, Dan's reputation, which is already bad, might get even worse.
You're trying to use your power to manipulate things, aren't you? That is so underhanded.
Well, I wouldn't call it that. It's more of a psychological issue that needs to be addressed. But unless something drastic happens, things should be fine. I'm sure nothing major will happen as long as Dan doesn't do anything foolish.
You're being so irresponsible. If Dan's reputation suffers because of this, I swear I'll take legal action.
Well, then you better keep a close eye on Dan and make sure he doesn't make any more mistakes. Anyway, I think we're done here. Goodbye, and I hope we never have to speak again.
Fine. I'll just give up, all right? You win. But don't think I'm happy about it.
At first glance, it seemed like my former mother-in-law had reluctantly accepted the situation and stepped back. However, the truth was far from that. She hadn't given up at all. In fact, she went so far as to attempt to kidnap my son. It's almost unbelievable, but she actually tried to take him away from me. I wonder, is this what she was hinting at back then when she was talking about her plans? Is this the kind of thing she had in mind? If so, I have to say it was incredibly reckless, thoughtless even. I can't believe someone would resort to such drastic measures, especially when there are so many other ways to handle things. To think that she went so far as to try and do something like this really makes me question everything about her and her motivations. It's almost as if she had completely lost her sense of reason. The kidnapping attempt didn't succeed, thankfully, but it was a shocking and terrifying experience. My former husband, who had apparently been complicit in this insane plan, was arrested. And now his life is in shambles, not to mention his reputation, which is absolutely been ruined. He was already walking a fine line in his professional life, and this incident had pushed him over the edge. It's not just about his career anymore. This is something much worse. How could he have been so blind, so involved in something so dangerous and damaging to everyone around him, especially his own son? At work, his standing has plummeted. Whatever reputation he might have had has been completely destroyed. He was a man with potential, but now he's just another criminal, just another person with a broken life. To think that everything he worked for could collapse so easily because of a single choice, it's honestly heartbreaking, but also hard to feel sympathy for him after everything he's done. He made this choice, and now he has to face the consequences. But despite all of that, I'm just relieved that my son is okay. That's the only thing that matters. No matter what happened with my ex-husband or his mother, my priority has always been to protect my child. He's safe, and that's all I can focus on now. I've been through so much, but nothing compares to the terror I felt when I realized what they were trying to do. I know I have to keep moving forward for my son's sake. There's no point in dwelling on what's happened, but the fact that it's all over, well, it gives me a sense of relief. For now, we can start over, and I'm thankful for that.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Where are you? It's 10:07 a.m. You were supposed to be here before 9. I've been pacing around this office like a maniac waiting for you to walk through that door. Is your phone broken or are you just ignoring me? Do you think you're above accountability now just because you smile and bake cookies during staff meetings? Are you even seeing these messages? This is insane. I'm running a business here and my staff thinks they can just disappear? You think this place runs on sunshine and nap time?
I'm so sorry, Mr. Johnson. I thought HR forwarded my leave form. I applied for bereavement leave. My mother passed away on Sunday. Today is her funeral.
Oh, great. So you're telling me the company has to grind to a halt because your mom kicked the bucket? Do you understand what kind of week this is for us? New client onboarding, quarterly projections, inventory audit, and you just vanish?
I'm really sorry. I know it's a busy week and I didn't plan for any of this to happen. I submitted my leave last Monday. HR confirmed it went through.
You think I care about HR? I run this place, not some clipboard-hugging intern with a policy binder. You think a Google Calendar block gives you permission to ghost your responsibilities? You left us high and dry. And for what? A funeral?
It's my mother's funeral, sir. I needed to be here for my family. I'm helping plan the ceremony. I'm doing the eulogy.
Oh, well, excuse me, Miss Martyr. You want a week off to light candles and cry over a box in the ground? Guess what, Sherry? While you're out there sobbing, the company is dying. And the difference is, we can't bury this business and start over. Let me ask you something. How many clients do you think care that your mom died, huh? Think our Q3 numbers are gonna pause themselves out of respect? Think the competition's just gonna say, oh, poor Sherry, let's give her company a break? Wake up!
I'm trying my best to keep things from falling apart, sir. I prepared all the Q3 numbers in advance. I handed everything off to Tammy with detailed notes. I really thought I did everything right before I left.
Detailed notes? I don't pay you to write notes, Sherry. I pay you to be here, physically, in this office. But no, suddenly it's, oh no, my mom died. Guess I'll abandon my job for a week. What next? Taking sick days because your dog sneezed?
I didn't abandon anything. I just needed time to say goodbye to the woman who raised me. I submitted my leave in accordance with the company policy.
I am the company policy. Don't throw policy at me like it's a bulletproof vest. I inherited this place from my father, and he didn't even take off work the day my grandfather died. He signed vendor contracts in the hospital. That's commitment. That's leadership.
I'm not your father, sir, and my mother wasn't just some acquaintance. She was everything to me. I'm sorry if this seems like I don't care about my job. I do. I really do.
Save it. You know what I see when I read this excuse-filled sob story? I see weakness. And weakness is contagious. 1 week becomes 2, then everyone thinks they can run off whenever something feels sad. Suddenly we're all meditating in the forest and forgetting we're trying to sell things.
I've never taken leave before this. I've stayed overtime, I've taken weekend shifts, I've come in sick. I didn't think one personal emergency would erase all that.
Well, it did! Actions speak louder than loyalty points, Sherry. And right now, your actions are screaming, I don't care! This isn't a daycare, it's a company! A real one! And don't you dare think you can just waltz in next week like nothing happened! I want you back at your desk tomorrow, first thing, early, 8:59 a.m., or you're done! You hear me? Fired. Gone. One less paycheck to worry about.
I can't, Mr. Johnson. I'm not even in the same city right now. The funeral's in my hometown. I'm 4 hours away by car.
4 hours? So you're not just skipping work, you left the region? Did you even think about how that would affect the office? What if we had an emergency? What if I needed you to pull a sales report? What then, Cherry? You gonna email it in between sobs?
I thought I did the responsible thing. I trained Monica on the report systems before I left. I even offered to check email if something urgent came up.
You shouldn't be offering anything. You should be here. You don't just check in on your job when you feel like it. I don't care if you're 4 hours away or 40. Pack up your suitcase, wipe your tears, and drive. You've got plenty of time to make it here before the sun's up.
I'm sorry, but I can't leave right now. We're still at the cemetery. I'm with my father and my younger brother. I just can't walk out on them like this.
Excuses, excuses, excuses! You know what I hear? I care more about a dead woman than my living employer. Your mom's not coming back, Sherry, but I can sure as hell make sure you don't either.
I see. I'll be back as soon as I can, but I can't promise tomorrow. I understand if that means I'll lose my job.
You better believe you'll lose it if I don't see you in that chair. This is your final warning, Sherry. 8:59 sharp tomorrow, or you are out for good.
Hey, sweet girl, I just wanted to check in. You doing okay tonight? You've been on my mind ever since this morning.
Oh, Miss Tammy, thank you so much. I didn't expect to hear from you. I'm hanging in there, just exhausted. It's been a long day.
I bet it has. I hope it's okay I reached out. I just couldn't stop thinking about you after those awful messages. That man is a walking thundercloud. You don't deserve any of what he said to you.
Thank you. Really, that means a lot. And thank you again for taking on all my tasks this week. I didn't want to leave you with a mountain of work.
Oh, honey, don't you worry about that. I've been working in this place longer than he's been alive. I can handle a few reports. You needed time to say goodbye to your mother. That matters more than anything else.
I just didn't expect him to explode like that. I mean, I did deep down, but still, it was awful.
Yeah, I read what he sent. Monica showed me. I had to sit down for a minute. I was so angry. He was practically frothing at the mouth like a rabid dog who hadn't been fed ego in a week.
I was really shaken. I felt like I was back in school getting screamed at by a principal. I didn't even know what to say. I just froze.
It's not your fault, sweetheart. That man has no business running a team, let alone a whole company. It's miserable watching what this place has become since his father passed.
I didn't know Mr. Johnson Sr. personally, but everyone says he was a good man, and a fair one.
He was. Tough, but respectful, and he was getting ready to rewrite his will. He didn't want the company in that boy's hands. Then, suddenly, he was gone. Stroke, no warning.
That's heartbreaking, and kind of makes sense. Johnson's always been hostile, but after I turned him down last spring, he's been on another level.
I figured as much. The way he talks to you, there's something venomous in it. It's more than just ego, it's personal. Men like him don't handle rejection. They turned it into vendettas.
I just wanted to work, that's all. I was polite, I thanked him, I told him I wasn't interested, and ever since, it's like I have a target on my back.
Well, maybe it's time someone gave him a little taste of what accountability feels like.
I was thinking the same thing. Honestly, I think it's time I did something I should have done a long time ago.
Well, funny you should say that, because I've got a few things up my sleeve, too. Maybe it's time we compare notes.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Let's meet up as soon as I get back in town, all right?
You got it, sweetheart.
Where were you yesterday? I told you 8:59! You think this is a game, Sherry? Is that it? Ignoring me? Ignoring your job? Ignoring the man who signs your paycheck?
I saw your messages, Mr. Johnson. I chose not to respond yesterday because I was at my mother's memorial. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. My leave was valid and necessary.
Oh, so now you're the boss, huh? You decide when work matters and when it doesn't? You and your dead mommy get to hold the whole company hostage? Pathetic!
Do not speak about my mother that way. I am grieving. I have been respectful in every message to you. I would appreciate the same in return.
Oh, I'll give you something to appreciate. You want to test my patience? Fine! Consider this your final chance. You've got 3 options if you want to keep your job. 1, become my personal maid forever. Iron my shirts, make my coffee clean. 2, become my masseuse daily. No questions, no complaints. 3, become my pet. That's right, bark like a dog whenever I say speak. You pick, Cherry, that's your future.
I think I'll go with option 4. I'm mailing my formal resignation today, effective immediately.
What? You can't do that! You don't get to quit! I fired you!
I followed protocol. I'm resigning of my own free will. The employee handbook clearly outlines the process.
Company policy again? Are you serious? I've had it with policy. I am the owner. I make the rules.
And yet somehow you seem to know less about your own business than your interns. I'm done putting up with this, Mr. Johnson. Your leadership is a disaster. Your business sense is non-existent. And frankly, your father would be ashamed.
How dare you? Don't you dare bring my father into this! He built this company from the ground up! If you had just listened to me, gone out with me like I told you to, we'd be married by now. You could have been the wife of a rich, powerful businessman. But no, now you're nothing! Nothing, and you'll always be nothing!
No, I'll be free. Free from you.
You think you can just walk away after everything I did for you? You were nothing when you got here, nothing! I gave you a desk, a paycheck, a future, and this is how you repay me?
You didn't give me anything. I earned every cent, every promotion, every bit of respect in that office. The only thing you ever gave me was stress.
Don't you dare talk to me like that! I could ruin your life, you know that? One email and no one will hire you again! You think the business world wants some emotional wreck who runs away crying every time life gets tough?
You can send all the emails you want. I've got every text you've ever sent me saved. Every threat, every insult, every twisted demand. You try to ruin my career and I'll make sure you go viral by name.
You wouldn't dare! That would be defamation! I'll sue you into the ground!
Good luck with that. I'm sure a judge would love reading the part where you offered me a job as your pet. I'm sure your investors would too.
You ungrateful brat! You think you're smart? You think you're strong? You're weak! You're a scared little girl playing dress-up in a woman's job!
I'm the one who had to comfort crying interns after you screamed at them. I'm the one who made sure deadlines were met while you disappeared for golf meetings. You think I'm weak? I kept this company together while you dragged it down.
You don't get to talk to me like that! I'm your boss!
Not anymore.
You've ruined everything!
Good evening to you too, Mr. Johnson. What are you even talking about?
Don't play dumb with me! The entire sales department quit this morning! Every last one of them! They sent letters, actual mailed letters just like you!
That's surprising, but I'm not sure how that's got anything to do with me.
Everything! This is your fault! You and that stupid, selfish stunt of a resignation! You made it look cool to abandon your boss!
I didn't abandon anyone. I walked away from a toxic, abusive work environment. The rest of them must have just finally had enough.
Bull! They were fine until you left. You infected their heads with your drama. You and your big funeral sob story. Your I have dignity garbage.
Let me stop you there. I went to my mother's funeral because I loved her. That doesn't make me lazy.
You refused to go out with me. You humiliated me in front of my own staff. That makes you stubborn.
I said no, politely. You responded by threatening my job and calling me your pet. That makes you delusional.
You're evil! You've sabotaged this company! You planned this!
No, Mr. Johnson, they quit on their own accord. No threats, no ultimatums, just a dozen people who'd had enough and finally walked.
You think you're so smart, huh? You think you can take everything from me?
No need. You're doing a fine job of that yourself. Your leadership did all the heavy lifting.
You think you've won? You and your little rebellion? You'll regret this! I'll crush whatever pathetic little operation you and Tammy are starting!
Oh, so you've heard. Yes, Tammy and I co-founded a new firm. Our goal was to create a corporate environment that valued employees as much as our clients. A radical concept, huh? And before you ask, yes, we're fully staffed. The entire sales team joined us.
What? You mean that's where they all went? You stole my people?
No, Johnson, they left. You made it unbearable to stay. They just needed somewhere better to go.
My clients! They've been pulling their contracts. I thought it was a coincidence. You poached my clients too?
No poaching required. They came to us. Turns out clients don't like being yelled at in caps lock either.
This is war! I will sue, I will smear your name in the papers, I will make sure no one ever hires you again! You hear me? You're finished!
Sounds like a busy schedule. Shouldn't you be focusing on trying to hold the last two departments you have together? Or maybe fixing your fourth quarter reports? I heard they're a disaster. Again.
This isn't over! You did this to me, Sherry! You did this to me!
that followed, Johnson's company continued its nosedive toward total collapse. One by one, the remaining employees walked out. No scenes, no shouting, just resignation letters and the click of closing doors. Every major client they had either joined us at our company or found their own way out. By the end of the fiscal year, they weren't just struggling, they were in free fall. And when the company hit rock bottom, when its valuation was at its absolute lowest, we bought it. Tammy was the one who insisted. She had always respected Mr. Johnson Sr., not the man's son, but the founder. She couldn't stand the idea of his legacy being chopped up and sold for parts. We didn't buy it out of spite. We bought it because it mattered, and because we could. Johnson was devastated. Seeing his father's company in our hands broke him in ways I don't think even he expected. He tried applying to other firms, executive positions, mid-tier management, anything. But the industry talks. His name was already a warning sign. No one would touch him. Eventually, he lost the house. The mansion his father left him was foreclosed and auctioned off. Meanwhile, our company has become one of the fastest-growing firms in the sector. We're flooded with client requests. Job applications pour in every week. It turns out, when you build something on dignity, compassion, and professionalism, people notice. I don't take joy in Johnson's fall, but I do take pride in the rise we built ourselves.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.